people in the community. So given that, we'll be competing against teams from Milton, Ona, Huntington, the same football teams, cheerleading squads, majorette squads that the kids will compete against when they get into high school. So they'll get a taste of that competition. I think it's better that they get that exposure when they're young, and whenever you have that increased competition, it'll push it better. So, and all the other officers share that viewpoint also. So, let's see if there's anything else I was going to talk about. So with changing of the league name, the uniforms, the colors, all that, we've got a lot of expenses. We have designated a officer position, somebody that's going to head fundraising. They're going to be over that. They're going to coordinate all that. But I'm here today to ask for a donation from the county commission to get us started up. We've got a lot of costs for equipment, uniforms. Our equipment reserves are not what they should be, and the uniforms, it's going to have, it's all new. So jerseys, pants, all that stuff. So we do have a good amount of helmets we can use and refurbish and get redone, but I think that's about it.
How many kids do you think you're going to have involved? Maybe in here, I didn't see it.
Well, and one thing I did forget to bring, but I can provide this, is the actual quotes, and that spells it out. But we're hoping for, with Tri-State, it's 5. As far as football goes, it's 5 teams. So, we don't know if we'll fill all 5 teams. We won't have to fill an E team, which
That's
is
your
the
objective, have 5
yeah,
different endings.
right. So probably kids. We want to get. It would be great if we could have 20 kids per team for football, and it would be great if we could have somewhere between 7 to 10 cheerleaders.
Where would they be practicing? Just across the county, different areas? Or?
Well, one thing, let me go back and talk about that. That's a good question. We can take any kid from inside the county. So, there's different leagues within the county. There's Duval, there's Guyan Valley. And those kids will probably play there. But if a kid wants to play, in the Hamlin League, they can. They have the opportunity. As far as those are air boundaries within the Tri-State Youth Football League. So
you'll practice and play
we in Hamlin, yeah. Just the naming of the league has changed to Lincoln County to be more in alignment with the high school. We wanted to get the same name and colors, and as we go out to the different communities. So, but we will be practicing in Hamlin, and we have boundaries. Like I said, throughout the whole county if you want to play here. But most kids, if they're from Duval, they're going to play in Duval. If they're from Guyan Valley, they'll play there. So, there's something else I was going to talk about that. Yeah, one other thing we've also been working with the high school programs, Corey Beck, and as far as the football side, we're trying to get involved with the cheerleaders eventually, and just get events and activities where the high school kids will put on camps and whatnot for the youth, and that's worked pretty good so far as the football side goes. They've been involved with us to work some things out there. But there's a lot of excitement with the people that have stepped up as officers, and there's just a lot of people who want to do good with this league, and happy for that. So. I think that is it. And like I said, I do have the quotes that I forgot to provide, but I can't provide those. So I'm here today to ask for a donation of $10,000 for the equipment.
When you think you would need to start purchasing equipment? What time frame do you think you?
Probably July. Probably June, July.
The reason I said we're getting down to the end of our fiscal year budget
Right.
problems, and have to stay within what we have available to provide. And I know we have provided other youth football with $5,000, so probably that's about all we can do. Probably be my suggestion at this point, and then we just have to look at it and see what list you have broken down different, from jerseys and paints.
Yeah, I've got the
Equipment,
projected cost.
cheerleaders and all those different people, and all of them need these things. But I would suggest that we consider maybe 5 now, and then we can look at it as we go into a new fiscal year or something. That way you'd have something to go on and know
Right.
what you had to work towards.
Right.
Do these numbers indicate the 5 teams at 20 players per team? or-
Yes, I forgot to answer that question earlier. That is estimated on. I think it's 100 kids.
Did you want to have that for this fiscal year, or?
Yeah, that's what I'd suggest, that we make that available. And could you do that through like a purchase order rather than us?
That's perfect. Yeah,
You
that's
can
fine.
get back and do a PO, and then we save our taxes and all that. And keep a better record.
I'm going to motion we go here at 5,000.
I'll second.
Been motion and second to provide $5,000 for the request for the, what's the official name? Lincoln County Youth Football League.
That's correct.
All right, being all yes vote, motion carries. And then
Thank you.
Coordinate that with Judy for his purchase order and
Okay.
things like that.
Yeah, I'll inform the treasurer.
And I did read it here, and I'm glad to see it, but that there would be an audit performed by your association at the end. You're looking at things and assuring the
Yeah.
public that the money's been spent for what it said it'd be spent for.
One of the things we wanted to do with the bylaws is put that accountability in there to make sure every penny is tracked and where it's supposed to go. It needs to go to the kids, and you'll see also in here there's also different controls about who can spend money, how much they can spend without notifying somebody else. There's a lot of controls around that. So one of the big things we're trying to establish that financial.
Well, I think it helps in the long term. You said you'd be here, your kids work through the system, and in order to,
Yeah.
you want.
Currently, we have a president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, fundraising coordinator, and concession stand equipment coordinator. And there's 6 officers, and they'll be in for 5 years minimum. So